the two pieces of advice that three pieces of advice I'd give to anybody as an aspiring entrepreneur. The first one is just don't do it unless you really, really care about what you're doing. Like someone who goes, oh, I want to start a business, I don't know what I want to do yet. Don't even think about it. Just
Right.
give up before you started. You've got to really, really want. Otherwise, just save yourself and your family a whole lot of grief and don't bother. Only do it if you're prepared to put everything on the line, because you will. You'll have to put everything on the line.
That's really good. That is really good advice. I just want to pause you right there for a minute. That is really good advice. And for the listeners, yeah, you might just want to back up and replay that portion again. Yeah, just you better be damn sure before you step through the doorway, because you'll put it all.
You will age faster. You will have more stress. You will lose your friends. You'll have a higher divorce rate. You know,
all of it.
Just the hits go on and on.
all of it. Yep.
I'm not capable of being employed by someone else and working well. So I didn't really have a choice. And also I had, a reason to actually go do it. But the other two things are sort of slightly more nuanced. And the first of those is, as an entrepreneur, people talk a lot about MVP, minimum viable product. There is a stage before that, which especially with anything medical, but really it's true across all startups, is if I could get people to know to use one new phrase, it would be minimum viable data. What is the next bit of data that you can get that helps either improve the credibility or de-risk the data of what you're doing? VCs and investors are all about de-risking. So you've got to know, what piece of information can I get, or what data can I get that is going to do the next little step of de-risking? Now, the mistake I made was I thought credibility was a bar. I thought, I'm here, credibility's here, I need to go get a big study that will get me across the bar. Wasted 2 years of my life doing that. You can't get the good scientists to do the studies. You can't get the investors to put money in. It just doesn't work. And then someone basically made me realize that credibility, and this does apply to everything, not just medical devices. Credibility is a ladder. It's not a bar. And if you can go up, if you can look ahead and go, what's the next tiny little rung of data that I can get? And so for us, it was doing the 75-person study on our own, no doctors, no investigators, just getting help from people. I mean, I rented a room in the East Bay, and I got the local meetup group to send me people as volunteers. Like, if I'd done that 2 years previously, I wouldn't have wasted 2 years of my life. But as soon as you think about what's that next little bit that helps me get a little bit more credibility, that's the way to go. So that's my second piece of advice.
Gotcha. So you raised cash through VC. You also put in a lot of your own money, and I think you also got some grants or some funding through some contests you've won over the years. All the above.
So MedTech Accelerator for medical device people. Any of us local here in the Colorado and Denver area, really strongly recommend going after looking at EDIT grants, OEDIT, which is the Advanced Industries. It's an Advanced Industries grant designed to help bring high tech to Colorado. They were awesome for us. They gave us a grant right when we absolutely most needed it.
Very good. Good for you. So, okay, great. I mean, great job in raising cash in so many different ways.
Because let me tell you my third bit of advice.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
This is the one that people won't realize until you do it. Okay. But basically, VCs, in my experience, don't like the very best ones. Will give you feedback straight away of what they like and what they don't like. The very best ones.
Yeah.
We've been really lucky to have some of those in our existing investor pool. Founders Fund, Menlo, Dreamit, Health Tech Capital. They have been in that very top tier of awesome about telling us what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong. When you get turned down by a VC, most will not tell you why. And I was told the myth of why that was. And the myth is that they don't want to piss off entrepreneurs that they might want to invest in later. It's totally not true.
Okay.
The reason is basic laziness. Well, not laziness is the wrong way, it's an unfair word. It's that they are so busy with so many people
Right. They just
that
don't
they
have time.
just don't want to spend the time to tell you.
Gotcha.
And the problem is that as an entrepreneur, you need to know.
You need to know.
And I basically decided to have a mindset, and it took me a long time to learn this, but I decided I was going to have the mindset that if I spend an hour of my time pitching to you, then you don't owe me any money. You don't owe me anything except you owe me your honest opinion. And I can agree with that and then go figure out ways to fix it and then come back to you without wasting your time and mine. Or I can not agree with it, in which case I'm not going to come back to you. But either way, and I got to the stage of telling people, I only had to do this 4 or 5 times, but telling people, look, unless you tell me your honest feedback of exactly what you feel, there is no chance of me ever talking to you ever again on this business or a future one.
I love it.
Because why would I want an investor who's not going to help me out with an honest opinion?
That is such good advice right there. That is really
honestly,
good stuff.
It took me a while to get angry enough. I just did it ruthlessly. And my God, the stuff you learn. Because even the worst VCs have seen more deals than any entrepreneur ever will. So they know shit that you just don't know. And the best ones, an hour of their time is worth more than all of the money they could possibly put in. So and you're spending your time giving them your information. So yeah, that's my third piece. Just ruthlessly insist on getting feedback. You might not like it, but it'll always be worth it.
The Riderflex podcast features entrepreneurs, business executives, and the stories behind how they got there, as well as daily tips on career advice and job interviews. Our show can be heard just about anywhere these days, but you can visit riderflex.com and click on the podcast page to hear all the previous episodes and learn more about the recruiting and consulting services we provide. Contact us at the email address info@riderflex.com or 888-964-5876. Thanks so much for listening, and if you enjoy our show, please be sure to subscribe to our channel and like the episodes.